In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use AI to animate any e-commerce product that look as good as this, or this, or even this.
I found this mini vacuum I saw on TikTok.
This entire video is completely AI. I didn't have to hire any designers or hire an expensive video team, and it took me minutes instead of weeks to get a final product. This was all made using a few custom GPTs and a super simple workflow that will have you generating these AI scroll stopping ads by the end of this video, even if you've never done this before. I've been making ads for over 12 years, and I can tell you AI ads are here to stay. And this technology is the worst right now that it will ever be. There's plenty of people on the sidelines right now waiting for AI to get good enough before they give it a try. They're going to be light years behind the rest of us who have already figured it out. And this is a skill that advertisers are begging to learn. That's why you're watching this video. Just look at this upward trend on this graph, which is why educators and groups are popping up all over the internet right now. Just look at the school community leaderboard. All of the top communities in here are all about AI. All right, enough talking. Let's make some AI ads. All right, so the first thing we got to do is figure out what product we're going to make this ad for. To get inspiration for the video, I was scrolling TikTok shop and kept seeing ads for this Fantic portable vacuum cleaner. And the cool thing about TikTok shop is there's already all this awesome UGC content that I can get ideas from. So there's people who have unboxed it, there's people who have made little videos for it, and there's also a lot of these stock imagery that we can take from. The next thing that we need to do is generate the script that we're going to be using for this AI ad. For that, we're going to go to my custom GPT I put together that helps write great UGC scripts. Just go to the Chat GPT store and search UGC Video Script Generator Mr. Page Social. I also have the link right in the description below. Once you're in here, there's a button that you'll click that says help me write a viral script. It'll ask you a series of questions like what is your product or service? Who's your target audience? What's the dream outcome they want? What makes your product better, easier, faster than others? Do you have any testimonials? How quickly can people see results? So from there, I answered all these questions. So I included the link to the TikTok shop product feed. I said we were going to target moms on social media for this. The dream outcome is a clean car without a bulky vacuum. It's smaller, powerful, and more affordable. And then for the testimonial, what I did is I went to Amazon, found the product, went down to their customers' reviews, searched for 5-star reviews, and found this testimonial that I thought sounded pretty good. So I copied that into my custom GPT here. And for how quickly you can see results immediately before your eyes. From there, it put together this script. So we've got an intro, dream outcome, social proof, effort, speed, and call to action. Then from there, I just asked it to put it into a paragraph so it's easy for us to copy paste into our AI software. I was honestly happy with the first go around of this script, so I just took it as is. Now that we have a script and idea of the product that we're advertising, as well as who we're targeting, I want to get a starting scene created for this ad. So for this, I just went to my other custom GPT that'll help us write great prompts for Nano Banana. I included an image of the product as well as a prompt. Generate a prompt of a mom holding this vacuum outside a messy car with a trunk open and tons of dirt and trash in the back of the trunk. Then it generated this very thorough prompt for me. I specified that I want the shot to be from the perspective of an iPhone selfie because we want this to be an organic UGC style piece of content. Then it created this version of the prompt for me. So then I popped over to Gemini, included the reference image here, as well as that long prompt from ChatGPT. And so after a good amount of back and forth with Gemini, I finally got this image of a mom holding the Fantic vacuum in front of a dirty car. So we've established our starting scene for our ad. Now comes the fun part where we actually get to create an AI avatar of that mom. So for this, we're going to pop into Arcads.ai, create a new project here, and then we're going to select talking actors, and the model we're going to be using is their new audio driven model that can add vocal inflection as well as facial expressions to convey real emotion. And then we're going to click add actors. We have a whole library of AI avatars we can choose from, tons of different variations of avatars you could use right out of the box. But for this, we're going to level up a little bit and we're going to actually generate our own personalized AI avatar that's actually holding the vacuum. So to do this, we're going to click on create actor, and then we can either prompt to create the avatar or we could upload the image that we already have. So we already have the AI avatar. So all we have to do is go grab it. So we've got the image right here, click open, and we just can say frustrated woman talks to the camera. We can click turn into an actor. It's going to ask us to confirm that we have the rights to this image. We do, because this was a completely AI generated image. We did not like take the image from someone off the internet. And then we're going to click confirm and turn it into a talking actor. The process to create the actor and generate with the lip sync takes a little bit of time, but here's what it looks like when it's done.
I cleaned my entire car in under 90 seconds.
Now we'll select that AI avatar and click add actors. Now all we have to do is pop back over to our custom GPT, copy the script, go back to Arcads, paste in the script we generated. And then here's a really cool feature that they just added where you can add speech emotion. So I can click this and it will automatically scan the script and insert emotion where it thinks that makes the most sense. You can see here, we've got a slash sigh, slash excited, slash mischievously, all these inserts. And if I wanted to create my own, all I have to do is backslash and it opens up this menu that now I can select any of these emotions that I can insert to add more emotion to the avatar. From here, we can preview this. If I just click on Violet here, this box will pop up. I can click play. And then what it'll do is it'll generate a preview of this entire script being read from her with this vocal inflection. I can also change any of these settings to have it be faster, more exaggerated, or any of these other things. I can even change the voice that I want to be used with this person. So if there's another voice in here that I think sounds more like a mom, I could preview it and then I could select that. So here we've got a little preview.
Moms, how did my car turn into a dumpster on wheels?
Sounds pretty good. So the really cool part with Arcads is I could add this actor multiple times and I could add different people saying the script. So if I wanted to test different voices, I could also create multiple versions of this AI avatar that look different. There's lots of different ways that I could basically get a ton of different variations using AI from this core script. But once I'm happy with this, we're just going to run it for one actor for now. I'm going to click this button, which will start the generation process. All right, we've got our AI avatar saying the script. Let's take a look at how good it looks.
Did my car turn into a dumpster on wheels?
That's pretty incredible, especially the fact that she's holding the vacuum in her hand and moving it around. Like, that did not exist. We created that out of basically thin air. All we had was the reference image of the vacuum from the TikTok shop listing. So now that we've got the baseline for the video, I want to start adding in B-roll. The first shot that I want to use is an unboxing video, but we don't have unboxing footage. So we're going to actually generate this in Arcads using AI. This is a new feature they just launched and it is so sick. It's called unboxing POV. So all I have to do is select this. It says upload or drag a product image. So I have this original product image, click open, and then I can choose a template of whatever I want the background to look like. So in this case, I think a couch makes sense for a vacuum setting. If you were doing something outside, they've got outside shots, they've got kitchen shots, construction area, granite countertops, end tables, you get the point. Now I'll click add, and then we'll just click this button to generate it. Here's what that looks like. Wow. Like, look right here in this video. It's got the whole product laid out perfectly sitting on the couch. Like, how sick is that? Obviously, there was a couple little bits of the video that look pretty AI and like a little weird, but we can work with this with editing. Also, I want to try this again using an actual image of the product itself. So what I did is I went to TikTok shop, found a review image of somebody who had opened the product that had an image of the actual box, what that looks like. So here's what the actual packaging of this vacuum looks like on the outside. So I just took a screenshot of someone else's photo just to get a sense of what the packaging looked like. And then we'll use this instead. So here's what that version of it looks like. Like right away, you can see it basically used that exact image and was able to slide it in onto the couch. So again, there was some weirdness going on there with AI, like the hands just kind of like, I don't really know what to do. But we've got two versions of it now that we can combine in editing to make it look really realistic. Now that we've got the B-roll that we needed in order to create an unboxing video, we need to create B-roll for the rest of the scene. So let's go back, look at our script and think through, okay, what kind of videos do we want to have overlaid over this script? Here's the script. Moms, how did my car turn into a dumpster on wheels? Okay, so probably what we want to do in the beginning here is show a video of this person's car like with garbage all over the place, right? So what we'll do is basically we want to generate the starting image for each one of these scenes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into Gemini, upload this original photo of our AI avatar. So we can take that and say, generate an image of the back of the car without the person in it. And boom, it did it perfectly. Now we have the image of the trunk with trash all around it that we can download and we can create an AI animated video with. So we'll pop back over to Arcads, go ahead and click on scenes. And here, if you click on this button, you can select your start frame and we can select this image, click open, describe what we want it to be doing. And we want it to camera slow pans to show the messy trunk. We can keep the prompt super simple. I've found that with generating these AI videos, sometimes the simple prompt actually works better because the model is just able to kind of run with what it thinks makes the most sense. If you want something super specific, I do have a custom GPT that I put together that can help write a really banging prompt for you. I'll link that in the description below. So we'll go ahead and click generate, and here's what that looks like. Pretty solid. Obviously, when you look super close, like there's not real branding on any of the garbage, and like you can kind of tell that it's AI. There are some editing hacks that we can do to make this look flawless. Okay, next one. I was honestly embarrassed until I found this mini vacuum I saw on TikTok. So for I was honestly embarrassed, I feel like something that would be embarrassing is other moms walking by and seeing the dirty trunk and kind of being super judgy about it, right? So let's go back into Gemini. And what I'm doing is I'm starting with the starting frame from the last kind of like where we left off. And I'm going to say, generate an image of yuppie moms walking by and judging the dirtiness of the car. I think I spelled dirtiness there completely wrong. But this is what I came up with. So it kept the consistency of that car. That's the most important thing here is we're trying to create an ad where it all feels very fluid in a way that would actually be shot in real life. So like we have the same car and the same trunk. There's like, if you look closely, there's the garbage in there. It's all basically the same way that last image was. But then we've inserted some moms all shocked and judging the car. So then now we'll pop back over to Arcads. And again, we'll use that as our starting scene. Here's what that looks like.
Oh my gosh, that's disgusting.
So we can use that. And now we'll go to the next part of the script until I found this mini vacuum I saw on TikTok. Here is where I'll include that unboxing video. It's small, powerful, affordable, and actually works. My car hasn't looked this clean since the day I bought it. Here, I think it would make sense to show the vacuum being used, vacuuming out the trunk, and then show the trunk clean after this all done. So to do that, again, we're going to pop back over to Gemini. And then what we're going to do is we're going to include this starting frame again. So we've got this like dirty car with the image of the product and say, generate an image of 9:16 woman vacuuming out the back of the car and look like it was shot from an iPhone. So here we have a shot of a woman holding the vacuum and vacuuming out the car. So we can use that for our starting frame for the cleaning scene. And then now I want it to do another version showing the back of the trunk with no trash or dirt, back of the car with no trash or dirt. And here we have that trunk completely clean. Here's what we generated with Arcads for the vacuuming. Looks awesome. And here's a slow pan of the trunk clean. So you kind of get the point here. We're basically going through this script. We're pulling out little things that are being said and trying to think through what can we use to visually demonstrate these words and generate the B-roll with AI. Now that I've got all the B-roll that I want, I'm going to pop into CapCut and show you how I can stitch this all together super fast. So now we're in CapCut and I'm going to show you kind of like how we can go about putting this all together in a way that really is going to look nice. So we've got our establishing shot of the mom holding the vacuum.
My car turned into a dumpster.
Then it switches to that B-roll shot of the dirty seat, like the really filthy dirty seat.
Dumpster on wheels. I was on.
She says, I get really embarrassed, and we're going to throw in the shot of the moms being super judgy. Also, something I want to bring up with this shot here.
How did my car turn into a dump?
With the shot here where we're showing the back of the dirty car, I wanted to speed it up to make it, one, less obvious that it's AI, and also just to establish some kind of quick cuts and edits in the ad. So here you can see it moves by super quick, shows the dirt the dirty trunk. Now we've got the shots of the judgmental moms. So here, just adding some simple keyframes to kind of like zoom in on the trunk and then over to the mom's reactions of the trunk. And then at this section where she starts talking about the kind of like benefits of the vacuum, we are establishing our unboxing video. So here we'll see that I basically combined the two unboxing videos together.
The vacuum I saw on TikTok. It's small, powerful, affordable, and actually works. My car hasn't looked this clean.
So here we were able to kind of cut these up, change the speed of a few of them to create some more dynamics to the video. And then again, kind of like hide a lot of the things that looked really AI. And then for this next shot where we're showing the vacuuming of the back of the seat, same thing. We're increasing the speed of this shot. I think we did an increased speed of 5x for this shot. It just is less noticeable that it's AI. And then every now and then we're going back to that original AI avatar, but throughout the entirety of the video, basically we have that AI avatar video anchored at the bottom here where we're just layering in this B-roll on top of it. For the section where we're talking about the testimonial, I was actually able to screenshot the testimonial and just blur out the person's name from Amazon and then add a simple keyframe to zoom in. And then this part's super cool where you can actually take this original avatar, duplicate it, create a green screen video. So this is super fast and easy to do within CapCut. All you have to do is select the video that you're wanting to remove the background for, click on this remove background, auto removal, and then we were able to remove the background of the talking avatar so that she is talking over the testimonial. And then we just got to make sure that we reduce the volume here just by sliding this of the original, or else you'll get double audio. The real takeaway for me showing you some of these editing hacks is how you can make quick cuts and also not allow the viewer to focus too much on any one shot so that it's super obvious that something's AI. Before I show you the final version of this ad, I wanted to quickly mention my brand new school community that I just launched. It's called the AI Ad Alchemists, and it's full of hundreds of media buyers, agency owners, founders, and AI enthusiasts just like you. I recently moved my entire $1,200 masterclass where I show you how to go from 0 to 100 in creating Facebook ads. And I'm adding new AI automations and build outs every single month. I just put together a nano banana Google Sheet that lets you create hundreds of AI images from Google Sheets. It's super cool. All that and more is available in the community. If you want to check it out, the link is in the description below. All right, let's take a look at the final version of this ad.
How did my car turn into a dumpster on wheels? I was honestly embarrassed until I found this mini vacuum I saw on TikTok. It's small, powerful, affordable, and actually works. My car hasn't looked this clean since the day I bought it. One reviewer even said it picked up so much dust and hair, their wife couldn't believe it. No cords, no bulky vacuums, just grab it and go. It even blows up pool toys. I cleaned my entire car in under 90 seconds. This is your sign. Get one before school pickup. Your car and your sanity will thank you.
So again, every single shot in that video was completely AI generated using a combination of those custom GPTs I put together, Nano Banana, and Arcads. For a quick bonus, I'm going to show you one more ad that I made this way. Here's an ad that I made for Liquid Death. I didn't actually make it for them, but it's just for fun. The method to make this was very similar. I went to ChatGPT, had it write a starting prompt for an image, generated that image with Nano Banana, and then used the scenes feature in Arcads to build a whole story around it. So the starting scene is a Liquid Death can in the light. There was some like choral music in the original, but I wanted the choral music to be very consistent throughout. So what I did is I found a choral song in CapCut that just comes with it, and I included that as the base of the timeline here. And then I added things like the cracking of the soda can, sipping, gulping, some fire and all that. So anyway, let's take a look. Pretty cool. Not sure if Liquid Death would actually use that video, but it took me like 10 minutes to make, and it was super fun. And it just shows you how you can create really high quality ads using AI at this point. Like, all I used for that entire video, it was an image of a Liquid Death can over a white background from their product store. So obviously, AI ads aren't 100% perfect yet, but they're getting really, really good. I want to be fair and point out a few things that you should consider when creating AI ads. One, try and avoid using any kind of first-party language for testimonials. That's actually straight up illegal. You can get in a lot of trouble from the FTC. So the example I made with that vacuum cleaner where it's a first-person testimonial, try and use more generic language like you could vacuum out your car versus like I vacuumed my car in 90 seconds. That's a testimonial that can get you in trouble. Another thing to note is when I tried to generate a video of the moms walking by, originally it had an image of the moms with a baby in a stroller. And I started getting all these errors whenever I had starting reference image as the moms with the baby in the stroller. Once I removed the baby in the stroller, I was able to generate the video no problem. So just keep that in mind. There are some guidelines in place with generating the videos, like you probably can't use anything with kids. I think there's a whole write-up of what's not allowed. Also, POV or like selfie style stuff was a lot harder to generate than I thought. And I had to play with the prompting language a lot to get it how I wanted it. The last thing to point out is it's still AI generated and the products themselves might not always look exactly correct. For example, the image of the vacuum in this shot doesn't actually look exactly like the product photo. I didn't catch it until later, so I left it for this video, but if it was something you really wanted to make sure was always consistent, just double check your starting images before you create your videos. Similar here, the video generated a version of this where it like doesn't look at all like the actual product. It created like a whole new handle once it was picked up. Just watch.
It also has an eco mode.
Yeah.
It's got the crevice.
You're gonna have to play around with some of it, do a couple iterations to get something that's totally 100% usable. But as you saw in my final version of this thing, it wasn't that hard to get something that was usable. That's all I got on this video for today. If you want to give Arcads a try, the link is in the description below, as well as everything else I mentioned in the video. If you got anything out of this video, it would mean the world if you subscribe to my channel. I'm a full-time creator and entrepreneur, and every subscriber helps me out. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.